Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. You are once again welcome here on the Tribune of Awakening Consciousness. That's the front page of international news, especially the front page of continental news. On the African continent is the debate in cafes and a bit everywhere. The AES, the states of the AES have just announced some very good news, but news that is severely criticized by those we call the enemies of Africa's sovereignties. By those we call the enemies of Africa, those who do not want to see Africa develop, who are always in the mindset of the Western imperialist, and who, through words, through speech, always seek to put obstacles in the way of the revolution, initiated since the Iktako Gurma. The very, very good news. What is it about? It is about the important call that has been made by the states of the AES to all artists, everyone who is in the cultural field, to apply for a competition. Well, if we can put it that way, it's a call for applications for the production of the AES anthem. So, the AES wants to have its own anthem. First, the simple thought, the simple thought, the simple thought, the simple thought. The simple thought of wanting to have the AES anthem, it's a giant step, which shows the determination of the AES heads of state to want to take the giant step towards a regained and effective sovereignty. The AES Confederation must have its emblem. This confederation has equipped itself with its emblem, as we have seen. The AES has equipped itself with its flag. Beyond that, there should be the AES anthem. When the AES heads of state are there, the AES authorities are there, when we must raise or lower the colors, let it be under the AES anthem, all of which is quite normal. But the enemies of African sovereignty emerge. What hurts is that we have many of our African compatriots who are part of this category of people who have embraced a lifelong pessimism, who are there criticizing. So, what are these criticisms about? And we will respond to them. We will provide them with a firm response. That's why I ask you to share this video conference as much as possible. If they haven't understood yet, we will make them understand. Share the video conference as much as possible, spreading many seeds. Yes, let's start with the official information. According to the official information, Burkina Faso is launching a competition calling for applications to create the AES anthem. The Burkinabe government is calling on its artists, musicians, and citizens. The Burkinabe government is calling on its artists, musicians, and citizens to participate in a national competition to compose the official anthem of the AES Confederation of States. The anthem must be solemn and inspiring, embodying sovereignty, solidarity, and Pan-Africanism, as well as the values upheld by the AES states. There you have it. The official information. It's Burkina that is launching it. I believe, of course, that Mali will also launch the competition. I believe, of course, that Niger will also launch the competition. And then, afterwards, the most beautiful proposal will be crafted, will be chosen, and then they will bring amendments, corrections, and then ultimately we will have an anthem. For the AES, we will have the AES anthem, which will be of unprecedented strength. So, and thus, here is the information. It's enemies from the sovereign Africa we started hearing comments from Jacques. They say this: all over the world, we have never seen an anthem written by artists. The anthem is always written by intellectuals. So, the military in power, they are not up to the task. It is not up to artists or griots to produce the AES anthem. It is up to intellectuals to produce it, etc. In any case, everyone is giving their opinion. They are making criticisms. There are people who are prepared. Their brains, they have been groomed, they have been washed. It's washed cleanly to never. That is to say, everything the AES does, they must always see it negatively. They must always see a wrong. Some are paid for that. Others, who already feel themselves in an exaggerated modernism, or who believe themselves to be over-intellectuals, who are not paid, they are in a brainwashing that goes unnamed. They are there. Everyone says what they think. Before starting to say such things, one must applaud, congratulate the authorities for the reduction, congratulate the Burkinabe government. The message is very clear. The message is clear. The competition is not launched only for artists and musicians, and it is said artists, musicians, and citizens. So all the other citizens. And when we talk about all the other citizens, it means that it involves intellectuals and others. And besides, we are from the Africa of sovereignty. An Africa of the AES that wants to change the game. Who told you that it is forbidden? Who wrote this law to say that the anthem must necessarily be written by intellectuals? If a state decides to choose artists to write or propose its anthem, what do you want? Is the state sovereign? The anthem is the anthem. Even if the state wants, we would propose the anthem in just 2 sentences. We say, oh. We say, it's the anthem. What do you have to do with it? What do you have to see in that? It depends on the sovereignty of the AES states. If they say, it's good, then it's good. The notion of sovereignty, African youth must understand. We are not obliged to copy from elsewhere. We are not obliged to do what others do. We must also shout if others have used intellectuals. But first, it must be said that it's a bit naive. Those who make these criticisms, you are told that it's a competition. Who are those who will manage this competition? Are they intellectuals? We need to learn to trust ourselves. This is what has set Africa back. Everything we've always wanted to do in Africa, we have to copy the West. No, how did others do it? How did others do it? We don't care about that. And then people criticize just for the sake of wanting to criticize. Burkina has prioritized its artists. It's a way to value talents. That's it. And the anthem will be released. You'll see. It will be very powerful. It will be very inspiring. And those who criticize will be very disappointed. So, ladies and gentlemen, we say congratulations to the Burkinabe government. That's it. We want an Africa that can take charge of itself on all fronts. We are waiting. We will follow the progress of the competition or the call for applications to see how it will unfold. And we will also follow the projects that will be presented. We will be there to comment, to present to the world. Yes. Because when we speak here, it goes very far, very far. So young ladies and gentlemen, that was the headline news. Share this video conference as much as possible. On my side, I will be back with you shortly, by the grace of God, the Almighty, with new updates. This was the voice of your one and only Samurai.